Hey guys, this is GamerCal. Welcome back to Touhou, the Genius of Sapphires. Last time we basically blitzed stage 19, got through the stage without too many encounters, and yeah, can kind of attribute that to the fact that there's absolutely bugger all in this stage apart from a gold key you have to find in one particular room. But this time we're gonna just confirm that there is bugger all else in the place. Hopefully find the other rare monster as well, because yeah, I kind of funny fact of stuff. Actually, I had a recording going and it was going fine. I found a rare monster and killed the great demon again as well, and then I kind of accidentally hit reset whilst I was moving my keyboard around, so I have to redo stuff, which is awesome. But you can see by the picture stuff that we're using Yomu instead of Sakuya this time, because I kind of felt like, if we have a look at Sakuya a sec, I mean, Sakuya's only level 48 as well, but I find that I generally use Yomu a lot more when it comes to bosses. But yeah, Yomu's power level's a bit weaker, which is sort of annoying, but she can also make use of the Kusanagi, and this will show a couple of neat traits that we have here. So she's not as immediately powerful as Sakuya, but when you factor in the stance stuff that she can do, it's pretty good. But the advantage to using a sword, or axe or lance I guess, the advantage of using these over the regular katana weapon for her is that you can use other skills. So you sacrifice your crit chance and the instant death from Dance of Shadows, but you do end up increasing your skill set, because you don't need a stance in order to use Dragon Fang Strike, or in this even Meteor Zapper. So I can use my stance, which is great, but I don't have to if I'm facing, say, just a Locomo Dragon or something like that. I could easily just go ahead and stick with regular attacks, and that's a good benefit to have. Like, of course, the stance is important, but it is not the be-all and end-all. So, this stage has just got like 10 million enemies and nothing else to it, which is really kind of weird when you think about it, but
honestly, it's just a weird design that this place has got. But it's still pretty cool level, and yeah, it's when you've got the Kusanagi at least, it's fine for doing the encounters. But there are so many encounters. Like, we're going to see this for most of the rest of the game here, that there are just a crazy amount of encounters that we have to deal with in late game stuff. Ironically, with the exception of the last stage, even the last stage has got quite a few encounters to go with as well. But here, like, this particular stage has got just a maddening amount of stuff to it that way. I'm just going to Meteor Zapper because that should kill the magic reflecting thing. Oh, it didn't actually reflect the magic first. That was useful. And yeah, that's one decent example of Meteor Zapper coming in
handy here. So yeah, Kusanagi is a pretty decent weapon for Yomu if you haven't already made her tier 6 stuff. So in here, we actually haven't gone through this particular doorway yet, and basically it would just show, hey Doofus, there's a key there, go get the key.
That is it. That's really all there is to this particular room, so we'll be heading out of here as soon as I have dealt with this enemy set here. I'm going to just go ahead and Dragon Fang Strike the... No, actually I think I really should use the stance here. Like, I could just Dragon Fang Strike, but Meditation Slash would be really good to do here. Like, it's an extremely powerful attack for this fight, since it would slay the, it would slay both the Squid Devil and the Dragon. Ooh, that could be rough. And actually, I don't think it does slay him, but if it did, that'd be cool. Let's go ahead and... what do I want to do here? Do I want to Mind Blast? Or do I want to... I could just Energy Drain Pan, I suppose, since it's weak to that as well. And yeah, we'll Meditation Slash. I might not get this off before the buff, though. Yeah, Meditation Slash gets first, which is annoying. There was a crit there, though, which is a huge amount of damage on the dragon. That's always nice. And yeah, a couple enemies taken out. And from here, it's just poke it in the face with
the super effective stab weapon, and it dies. So yeah. Yeah, you see, there's absolutely nothing here, no chests or anything. You can enter the top, you can enter the room via this bit as well, which is pretty fun. Not really, but that's where we entered before. You can see there's absolutely nothing over here, and we can go down here as well with a stray Yukari. Okay, that's interesting. I don't really have the greatest of parties for taking this thing on, but especially when it perfect dodges me, that's annoying. I could have gone ahead and used How much HP? It has 5 HP left. Right, let's try and use Biocamouflage so that the enemy evasion goes to 0 here. I don't know if that lets you ignore Perfect Dodge as well, but hopefully it does. Oh, it Perfect Dodged the Perfect Dodge remover. Good job, Yukari! It perfect dodged the evasion debuff, but thankfully it stayed in, so we have some levels to talk about anyway, which is great. Wow, that vitality is pretty good, gotta say. Alice's potential is surprisingly high, so if you do use her in a more aggressive role, then she has a decent crit rate, which is good. As does Satori. Yomu's potential is not super good, but it's still decent, and we get a spell for good old Notori over here, which is good. As you can see, once again, absolutely nothing in this little corner either.
I'll show off that skill in a sec because it is actually a really good skill. I do like it quite a lot, so we'll definitely show it off as soon as I am done with this fight here. And this looks like a fight. I mean, you're a giant, you get slayed by the Kusanagi, you do not, and you do not either. This looks like a fight really where I should just Dragon Fang Strike the heck of it. Dragon Fang Strike is decently more powerful than a regular attack, so between Marisa and Yomu slaying here, I should be good to go. Yeah, it obviously isn't a dragon, so it doesn't have that particular slayer effect, but oh well. The laser pierce should be good to take it out from there, and being at the bottom is weak to water, right, so I don't have an attack that I can use there. But I will just use Meteor Zapper for the target, and I think Hippolyte should go down at that. Not before nose fencing, but nose fencing doesn't do much when you don't exactly have much of, a resistance to, considering Alice's shielding just kind of right, any attack to take
out there. Also, having that Vampiric Staff on Marisa is really nice. And speaking of Marisa, she does get a level, and it is 51 that she gets the next skill. So that's a thing. Yeah, there's nothing down here, of course, we've gone here before. So, let's quickly take a look at the Tori skill over here, the Hydro Camouflage. It's a field skill that basically gives your party some perfect dodge. I think it also gives some magic evade. It's a pretty decent skill, to be honest, but yeah, it does take up a bomb. Of course, Notori's kinda strapped for bombs in a sense, but it's not too bad, really. Like, her
spells are interesting, but you don't always have to use them, so that's, yeah, it can be a cash trap type situation, but I think she's fine. Right, I reckon I want to reverse this fight. Ooh, that golden deer can do a lot of nasty buffs, which is not so good, but yeah, I got a paralysis on the magic user, so paralysis is still a pretty good thing to have. Like, that's fairly obvious, I know, but it's still pretty powerful, so do not discount it ever. Also, I don't know, this... Oh, no, don't shield that.
Oh, Yomu, why are you so good? Okay, so that just happened. So now we just need to take a look at the second, or the third room. Wow, all of these Yukari. Now we just need to take a look at the third room again and try to make our way through that. I have a feeling this Yukari's just going to run away. Will you stop perfect dodging that, please? Oh goodness, perfect dodging the Yukari slash is annoying. There was no way I was making it through that. The nice thing with this fight is that I do have Yomu for boosting, for just blitzing through the Galgalim here, which I keep wanting to call Gilgamesh, but you know. Take out the dragon first, I guess, because I have Dragon Fang Strike Slayer against it, and then we'll worry about Captain Buttface over there. Ooh. Hello. XSplit this. Except that it says now it's still going. Okay, this is weird. I'm gonna have to check that out in a sec. Yeah, off-screen error stuff for the win. Yeah, apparently XSplit has stopped working, but is still working at the moment, so it's kind of a bit confusing. Also, it stopped my game for a sec there too, so that is something we're probably going to have to address before going any further here. But, oh well, we can just wreck that guy first, and then, yeah, we'll take out this fight and then I'll check. Really isn't much else to do to this guy, just, oh, Dragon Fang Strike is good, or do I want to... No, we'll Dragon Fang Strike it, we'll just take it out with that. See, Yomu's MP kind of goes down really quickly when you do stuff this way, but maybe I should use a stance. I think a stance would be better to use here. Yeah, a res buff as well, and just keep on using that energy drain, and we'll stance up. Because I think just killing this fight with Meditation Slash should be a lot better at this point. So, yeah, I'm still hoping to get that magic ring off of this thing. Oh, well, it's basically dead. So, it's a problem again with setting up Yomu's stances, is that they're just a little bit too slow. Which is why it's nice having the alternative skills for her, even if they are a little bit expensive. Anyway, Sana gets a level up too, which is pretty great, to level 51. And yeah, now I have to make sure that the recording stuff is not messed up, so I shall be back in a second. Okay, so looking briefly at the recording there, it seems that XSplit did temporarily cut the audio when it said it crashed, and that, yeah, that was all that it kind of did. So, and then when I was actually playing through the video just to make sure that it didn't have any artifacts and stuff from it, XSplit spontaneously shut down eventually. Like, it was supposed to shut down a fair while ago, and it didn't, because recording is cool. So yeah, and this particular screen you see here is actually still from the game. It only looks like that because I've switched from Aero to non-Aero, you know, because XSplit opened and disabled Windows Aero, and so it kind of looks like that, but then you pause and come back out and it's fine. So yeah, that's gonna be a weird one to go through, but anyway, we have a couple extra bits to look at here, and as you can see, it's mostly just super ultra enemy field setup with the double Lokoma. I really don't need to fight these guys because I already got the come on, really, I already got the Dragon Scale Sword from them, so I don't need to fight only them, which is cool by my standards. I
do need to fight this though, because I do need that Vulcan amulet still. Oh man. So yeah, just let's not get put to sleep, that's the first thing here. Dragon Fang Strike it does have that Slayer effect, but I feel like I really need to just use my more powerful stuff here. So that's what we're gonna do. Double Paralysis is always nice, and the runner does nothing thanks to the res buff, heck yeah. So from here, we can use that against him, and fire away against that dude, and yeah, I can actually hit everything with my basic attack, so the advantage to using the stance, apart from that you get more attack power, is that the stance attacks are cheaper than other skills. So, you know, Enlightened Sword only takes 4 MP, whereas, you know, the other stuff that I would do, Dragon Fang Strike takes 12, Meteor Zapper takes 9, although it does hit everything, so that is something to take into account. Also, this guy gets slayed too. I guess he's a Giant? No, he's a Transcendent? No, Transcendence.
The Squid Devil. I don't remember what that icon is, and I really should. Anyway, you can see nothing over here, which is annoying to say the least if you are trying to just navigate this for the first time. And the other way that we could go, I didn't even see you
down there. Yeah, I do want Trapezohedron, so I guess I will do this fight, even though it could get a little bit scary. Thunder is obviously the way to go, and there's a stance it up so I can get that going as well. Physical deflate though. Oh yes, Natural Breath got learned. Very nice. Okay, yeah, Satori can use a couple of petrification moves, which is super cool, and yeah, very happy to learn that. You do need to be a certain level to learn that. I think it was level 30, but it might actually be even higher than that, so don't quote me on that unless you've already looked at the wiki and seen that it's right, because I don't remember what the condition is for that. Hey, we actually got the buff off first this time, which is good. Yeah, the other thing I guess is you lose the ability to double cast your physical, like your Azure attacks and stuff like that with the sword equipped. You can still double cast, but you can't, no, you can't double cast, that's the point. You can still double attack if you use vanilla physical, but you can't double cast your enlightened sword and meditation slash and stuff like that. As far as I know, I might be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's a bit of a shame when you think about it, but oh well.
Hakuro Field is such a nice ability though, like that last word is just so good. I think it actually does affect enemies as well, but whatever man, like using your skills with 1 MP is great. And yeah, you can see this was the
other way around that we could go, there was absolutely nothing there, so happy awesome fun times of course. Yeah, let's just check. Yeah, okay, that is transcendent, okay. Which would make Alice transcendent too. Huh, that's pretty cool, actually didn't really realise that was what a transcendent thing was. Right, I'm definitely going to be using meditation slash in this fight because I can slay half the enemies here. And actually I might slay 4 again. Reflected Mind Blast is nice, paralysis on Lamia is pretty good because that means that they can't try and charm us. And yeah, that's pretty much all we really need there. Is this gonna be alright? I think it will be, but I do want to target the back here because I hit more enemies if I do that. I only hit 4 if I hit the front enemy here, but I hit 5 if I hit the back enemy. Why? I don't know how that works, but whatever. We'll just win the swords up, and I shall go for energy drain, I suppose. And definitely meditation slash, get a lot of damage off here. Oh wow, I got the buff off this, that's really good. 7,000 damage, holy crap. That crit though. Yeah, Yomi still does a decent number of critical hits, which is nice. 7,700 damage. Oh goodness, that is the definition of getting wrecked, good sir. You're just about out, so that is good. And with a enlightened sword, and if that somehow wasn't going to be enough, the illusion laser double cast will definitely help. And that thunder will knock this out fine. Samurai isn't getting the bust off
particularly quickly here. What I might need to do is I might need to give her the skull hairpin free if I can find space for it. And I didn't actually realize that Lamia gave the shards there. Yeah, like I've suggested I think before, adamantite and orichalcum shards can be dropped by enemies in this stage, and there is an example of it right there. Now unfortunately, unless I got 3 more shards, that's kind of useless in the long run, for just now at the very least, because the game gives you 8 adamantite and orichalcum shards in total. So basically what that means is that you have exactly enough to make 2 adamantite and orichalcum with shards. Getting that drop there is brilliant, but it doesn't change anything unless I get 3 more, and the drop rate is still incredibly low for these things, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but whatever. Anyway, we have now shown off that indeed the rest of this stage is entirely pointless in terms of getting more stuff from, you know, boxes and stuff like that. So now that I have done that, I shall go ahead and knock out all the enemies, otherwise get myself more levels and everything. And when interesting stuff happens, we shall go ahead and show it off. Alright, well, Yomu did indeed gain another level there, so with the Kusanagi boosting her HP as well, that's a giant amount of stats that she's got there, seriously. 488 is great. Holy god. Okay, this could get pretty rough pretty soon. I suppose we'll keep this one in then, because this is a fight alright. I mean, their massive electric weakness should help a fair amount here. And oh, I didn't actually want to defend with Yomu there. Oops, I pressed the wrong button for that. I wanted to check to see if there's a Slayer effect against mimics, because that's what these guys are, but oh well, looks like I messed up. Whatever, their Mad Thunder is going to tear them a new one anyhow, so that is perfectly fine. Yeah, Mad Thunder is just really, really good against him. I do not have a Slayer here. Okay. Fair enough. But as scary as this fight is in terms of the enemy's offensive potential, it doesn't hold up when you've got electric attacks that hit everywhere. But Chuli would be super good in this fight, because she would just call thunder or call lightning and everybody would die. So yeah. And with another stray Yukari down, that's actually going to give us the next skill for Marissa, which is fantastic. Finally getting into the really good stuff here. So Galaxy, and of course a level 4 Notori as well. Galaxy is most definitely a skill I want to equip straight away, and I just need to work out where and place of. Because, see, I kind of still like Magic Napalm because it does hit the small area, but I would have to give up one of my elemental skills, and I really don't want to do that. I also don't really see the point of giving up Illusion Laser because I do have the enhancement there for it, and honestly, Laser is more powerful than Napalm at this point. The reason I say it that way is because Galaxy is actually only a single target skill, but it's a very high power skill at the same time, and this is going to be Marissa's main damage dealer for a reasonable bit here.
So, I guess this fight is as good as any to show off what the skill does. Although having said that, of course, there is that obvious issue of enemies being sort of resistant to it, but hey, I can show it off here. It does unfortunately have a cooldown turn. That is something you cannot avoid, really. That's the one sort of disadvantage it has compared to Magic Napalm, is, well, cost aside as well. It's a tiny bit more expensive by cost, but you've got to be careful about it having that extra cooldown. But between that and Illusion Laser, I am perfectly fine, so no, I'm not really too worried about it. It's just, you do have to remember that it has that. But you can see, that is a lot of damage to come out there. Oh, that is really not good. I thought she would be better defended against that. Oh, okay. Never mind. That was my bad from Alex. I thought her shield would be able to block that attack, but apparently not. Okay, I guess that's fine. Because I can just revive her this turn and everything should be okay. I still have 4 HP revives, so don't need to worry too much. That way, Meditation Slash should take out everything in the back row here, right? Yeah, whoa, and pretty much everything else as well. But yeah, like I said, Galaxy is a really powerful skill, and usually it's not something that I would say use in place of Napalm. But because I need all of my elemental skills at the moment, that is basically how it shall be played for now. But you should definitely try and use it with Magic Napalm, because then you have a lot more options to go with when dealing with your enemies, and more options is always a good thing. But even to a 40% Divine Barrier enemy, you can see it's still did a relatively good amount of damage there, and we get the rock, I believe, from that guy. I mean, we might be lucky, and that might be another powerful shot, but hey.
Yes. At least we kept in a good fight for that, because we get 2 levels too, very nice. So Alice, very, very strong HP as you would expect. And even Satori's HP is not terrible, although she does have the muscle belt for Rion, I think, right now. Yeah, it is just a rock. So yeah, good stuff. Wow, we're getting so many rare drops here at the very least, so that is pretty good. Although, I wouldn't have minded getting the Dexterity Ring off of that lizard there, but hey, a Crow Feather is pretty good. Although, having said that, I don't really make too many IO weapons, so I don't know, it's obviously not bad to get something like that, but a Crow Feather is probably not the sort of one you would necessarily want to get. But hey, free items are free items, you can't complain at that. Alright, a couple of level ups here, one for Sunai, which is pretty reasonable. Getting the intelligence will mean our heals do a little bit more recovery, which is nice, and Yomu once again getting quite a lot of HP, and actually getting some good MP this time as well, which is better than before, but no other stats, not such a nice level in the end. And there is Psycho Blast level, which is fantastic. It's one of the better skills for Satori to learn if you are looking at debilitating the enemy party, rather than just, I say rather than just KOing them outright. That's not really the way to think about it, but if you're... Good God, didn't we already get one of those from this guy? I will say this is insanely good luck in terms of getting crafting items here, and the Rusty Blade is definitely one of the better ones to get. Wow, that is exceptional luck right there. But yeah, as I've said, and as we've seen before, the skill cuts both magic and magic stats down, magic attack and magic defense, so it's a very good skill if you're looking to go ahead and deal with enemies that spam a ton of magic, like the wizard in the background here. Alright, Energy Bomb is... yeah, Energy Bomb's a pretty good skill. It's nice to have that learned. So it's a multi-target Mystic move. I usually don't use it in place of stuff like Mind Blast because it has no associated status with it. But it does still inflict reasonable damage, and it is not a terrible skill to have. I'm actually surprised I didn't have it already, like, before now. But I guess that's sort of what happens when you don't fight a lot of stray Yukari. Like, seriously, the amount of Yukari that we fought in this stage is kind of crazy, actually, considering we haven't really fought any of them before now, or effectively any of them. Wow, that... okay, that kind of just happened. I always thought that that did control, but I guess it's something else that does that. Maybe someone in post-game does that, but yeah, it can blow itself up apparently. Alright, well, we've only got one more room to take care of, and the room, if I remember rightly, is the main room where you'll see the... oh, well, we have this dude too. It's the only room so far that I've encountered rarer enemies in, so... we'll try, hopefully, and find the final enemy that we are missing in these two stages in that particular room. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to try and find it myself later, and that would be annoying. Wow, that paralysis, though. How long is this going to last? 4 turns. Yikes. GG, enemies. Oh, that is super good. Alright, so we do get the fantastic demon mail from this guy. At least I believe that's what it is. Yeah, the demon mail. So this is another mid-tier armor that we shall most likely use at some point because it has over 100 defense, which is really, really solid. And yeah, light and dark resistance in the same armor. That's pretty good. Like, both light and dark are annoyingly powerful elements to go against, so obviously having a resistance to those is a good thing. Okay, so here is the other rare enemy that you might encounter in the previous stage if you are on Route B. I think it's the final screen that this guy can show up in. So, this is a Cyclops, and it is weak against Earth, which I have no Earth attacks at the moment, so heck yeah, but it is a giant, so Marissa has Slayer, so there is at least that. And it has an affinity to lightning of all things, so it takes no damage whatsoever from lightning. It takes reasonable damage from fire though, from what I saw before, and I think, I mean, it would be nice if it was stab weak, but I don't think it is. Having Galaxy now is, wow, it can shock with its basic physical, okay. Having Galaxy is super good here, because that means that I can hit it much harder with Marissa than I used to be able to. So definitely take advantage of that. Marissa's health is looking a little bit low, so we'll just heal off there. The Kusanagi also does have a Slayer against Giants, so this Meditation Slash will do quite a lot of damage. Yeah, 2700, bit more than Marissa does, but Marissa can use her attacks a bit more often. And there is the Lightning Affinity, which again, I have no idea why it can do lightning attacks, but whatever. It is basically dead because that is how this fight goes. Doesn't generally take very long to do when you have Slayer effects, but it is a very resilient enemy if you do not, so yeah. It can drop the, what is it again, it's the Endurance Ring, I believe it is, the Endurance Ring free, so that's extra Vitality. Unless Vitality also has a hidden stat that I'm not aware of, it's not the greatest of things to buff, because it does only do physical defense as far as I'm aware, and physical defense is okay, but if you wanted to buff that with an accessory, you're better off using the Protective Choker because you'll get more points out of it. So I wouldn't get too hung up in farming for the Endurance Ring, and this might actually be the last pair of enemies in this place, so I'm glad I did manage to find this guy before ending this stage. Alright, and with the final enemy of the stage, we do get one last level up. So, you can see, obviously, our characters were getting really quick levels when they were below par, like below level 51, but as soon as we hit that level 51, the levels really showed up. Also, I was lying, there is one more enemy, and it is a mass legion of these guys. I don't know if Little Legion's actually a good idea here, but screw it, that is what I'm going with anyway, because I can. I don't think this does much damage because they're resistant to it, but oh well, whatever. Meteor Zapper is ideal for this situation, I guess. Although I could have just used Azura stance so I could Meditation Slash next turn, but whatever. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Like, I'm looking at it, and maybe not with that much damage coming out. Ugh. Yeah, and that really doesn't do anything. Oh well. Yeah, we're fine now. It was just that initial burst that was a little bit sketchy, but area heal should heal enough here where we can be safe. And yeah, that's fine. Although, not if they all do Mind Blast. See, this is the thing with these guys, that multiple copies of flayers in the same, setup is really annoying because they just deal so much damage, right? They very quickly overwhelm marionettes, and they just wreck your face when, they get the chance as a result. It's really annoying. But I think we're okay at this stage. Because again, I really should have just used meditation slash, but I couldn't be bothered setting up, I guess. So yeah, don't ignore meditation slash when you do stuff like this yourself. Wow, that rune axe coming in good here. And that's only one of them taken out, really? Okay, this is getting annoying now. How close are they? Do I just also this? I just also this. This, I think, might not be okay on. That might have been a mistake. Oh no, we're alright. Because that happens. Okay. Yeah, so this has been a really, really long stage thing, but you saw how many enemies were in this stage, and this is the perfect stage to go ahead and start getting stuff from, because not only are the actual enemies really high level, so you get lots of experience from them, but you also get that lovely chance of getting a ton of really good items, and we got quite a lot of good items here. We didn't get the accessories I was after, but we got so many other synthesis materials in the armors and all of that. And I haven't even been talking about Bold Advance here, but this is a skill you definitely want to try and set up, because unlike stuff like, say, a Zero Strength, where it's only one attack that gets to be critical, this doesn't increase your chances of getting crits, but let's face it, Manusa's stance gets enough crits anyway. This increases the power of them even further. Yomu can literally do more than 3 times damage, possibly even 4 times damage with a critical hit if you have this thing up and full on Manusa, all of that fun stuff. This is incredible. The only catch is that Yomu tends to find it difficult to maintain her buffs properly, because you can only have 5 variety stages in one go, your stance takes up 1, you're going to be getting at least 1 buff from Byakuren or Sanai, and usually you'll get 2 or 3. And then adding this on top of it, it becomes very difficult to not accidentally overwrite them. Plus, if something happens to debuff you at that point, then it could remove one of your vital buffs, normally your stance, which is really obnoxious. So it's tricky to use, but Bold Advancing is a fantastic skill, and you should definitely use that when you are trying to murder bosses with Yomu. And speaking on murdering bosses, next time, well, we know who's coming after us, because she has already made it perfectly clear that she's going to attack us. Next time, we take on Anastasis. And yeah, let's see what the Gorgon sisters are truly made of. So this has been GamerCal playing Touhou, the Genius of Sapphires, and next time, it's Ana's time. Take care.